Hey everybody, Charley Wyser from EasyPiano.com. We're going to play some good stuff. In your left hand, I'm going to have you playing a bass line. We're going to do some chords in the right hand. We're going to coordinate your hands. We're going to have some fun. So let's go ahead and get started. I know you're excited, so let's go ahead and get started. Let me play for you what I'm going to be teaching you. So here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so let me go ahead and break this down. But before I do, just in case you are brand new and do not know the notes on the piano or keyboard, let me go through that really quickly first. If you are familiar with the notes on the piano and keyboard, then you can skip on to the next section. So anyway, when you look at your keyboard, what you'll notice is you have 2 black keys and you have 3 black keys, all right? So by all the 2 black keys are C, D, and E. Okay, it doesn't matter where you are on the keyboard. You can be way down here, still the same thing. C, D, E. You can be up here, still C, D, E. Okay, so by all the 2 black keys are C, D, E. All right? Those are all C, D, E. Now, by the 3 black keys, if you can spell F-gab, then you know the notes. So F, G, A, B. All right? So by all 3 are F-gab. F, G, A, B. Again, it doesn't matter where you are on your keyboard. It's still F, G, A, B. All right? Still F, G, A, B. So once again, by the sets of 2 black keys, we have C, D, E. Sets of 3 black keys, F, G, A, B. All right? So now let me tell you something else. This is not going to be all that important right now, but just so you know, in music, we do have an alphabet. And the alphabet goes from A all the way up through G, and then it starts again. Here's what I mean by that. You remember we have F, G, A, B, right? So if I start on A, which is in between the 2nd and the 3rd black keys, we have A, B, and then we have C, D, E, right? Because it's by those 2. Then we have F, G. So it's A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Then it starts all over again. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And it doesn't matter where you're at. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. All right, that's our musical alphabet. So a little joke that I used to always tell my students in my seminars is if somebody tells you to play a J, then you can pretty much tell them where to go. All right. So anyway, let's move right along here. So what I want you to do now is I want you to start on middle C, which is here. And I'm going to play from middle C up to this C here. All right. So listen to this. Okay, you probably recognize that as do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. That's what's called a C scale, all right? That means that we're playing in a key that has no black keys. It's all white notes, okay? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to number those tones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then it starts over again at 1, all right? If you go into a little bit more advanced music theory, that would be number 8, then it would continue all the way up to like number 15. But what we're going to do now is we're going to go to the first note, number 1, which is going to be C. Now what I want to do is I want to play every other key. All right? When I hit those 3 together, that's called my C chord. And since it starts on the first note, it could also be called the 1 chord. So it has 2 names. It could either be the 1 chord or the C chord. All right? Now, you're probably wondering about fingering, okay? Let me hold up my hands. Hopefully you can see them. The thumbs are 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, so the thumbs, regardless of your hand, are number 1. So traditional fingering has number 1 on 1, 3 on 3, and 5 on 5. That's traditional fingering, okay? However, you may find it a little bit challenging to play that. If so, feel free to use whatever fingers are comfortable for you. You know, that might work. If you have a hard time putting the thumb up, maybe something like that. Our most important fingering for what we're playing now is going to be in the left hand, and I'll show you that when we start learning the left hand part. All right? So now what I want to do is this. I'm going to count to 4, and then I'm going to play the C chord and hold it down for 4 counts. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Now that's going to represent 1 bar. All right? And what you heard me playing, we actually used 3 chords. We used the 1 chord of the C chord. We used the 4 chord. 1, 2, 3, 4. Also called the F chord. And then we also used the G chord or the 5 chord. All right? So what we're playing is what's called a 12-bar blues, and it uses 3 chords. It uses the 1 chord or the C chord, the 4 chord or the F chord, and the 5 chord or the G chord. Okay? So now what we're doing is we're going to play everything stated in terms of bars. And again, what a bar was, or a measure, you know, you might be familiar with that. That means where we're hitting and we're holding for 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 1 bar or 1 measure. So when we start our 12-bar blues, we're going to play the C chord for 4 bars. Then we're going to go up to the F chord, play that for 2 bars. Come back down to the C chord, play that for 2 bars. So let's try it together. Let me count off 4 beats first, and then you play it with me. And I'll slow it down just a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 again. 2, 3, 4 again. 2, 3, 4, and then one more time. 2, 3, then up to F. Do that for 2 bars. 2, 3, 4 again. 2, 3, then we go back to C chord for 2 bars. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Okay? After we've done that, we go up to the G chord. We play that for 1 bar. We play the F chord for 1 bar. Then we come back to the C chord and play that for 2 bars. Okay? And that's our whole format. So let's go ahead and let's try it from the very beginning, and you can play along with me. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4 again. 2, 3, 4 again. 2, 3, 4 again. 2, 3 up to F for 2 bars. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3 back to C for 2 bars. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3 up to G for 1 bar. 2, 3 for down to F for 1 bar. 2, 3, 4 C for 2 bars. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. And let's hit 1 more bar just to end it. Okay, so we're actually going to make this a 13-bar tune. And there's only 13 bars at the very end. Okay, if you keep repeating the format over and over again, you just do 12. And then whenever you get ready to end it, then you can add an extra bar. All right? So now, let's play it all the way through. Play it with me. I'm just going to count it, and I'm not going to say anything. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so there you have it, our right hand part. So in the next section, we'll go ahead and learn our left hand bass line. Now let's go ahead and learn our left hand bass line. Here's what we're going to do. In the left hand, this is middle C here, right? So in the left hand, we're going to go 1, 2 C's lower. All we're going to start down here. Now, we're still going to play a C chord, but you notice if I hit the 3 notes like that, it doesn't sound too good because it's too low to be playing that many notes together. So what we're actually going to do is we're going to play the notes one at a time. Okay? Now, don't do this. If you hold down those notes like that, then you get into the first situation where you're playing too many notes and holding them together at the same time, which messes up the sound. So what you got to do is each note you hit, let the other one go. That way you're going to get a clearer sound. Now here's the challenge. In the right hand, we were going 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Left hand, if we do this, we only have 3 beats. All right, so we need 4 beats. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to play the notes that are in the chord plus the next white key higher. Okay, notice I didn't say the next key higher because the next key higher than this would be a black key. So it's actually 2 keys higher, or the next white key. All right, so here's our fingering. We'll play C with our 5th finger, E with the 3rd finger or middle finger. We'll stretch our 2nd finger up, play the G, and that way our thumb is right there to play the top note A. All right, so we're doing this 1 note on each beat. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so our left hand can kind of function as a metronome or our drum set timekeeper. So it's the same exact format. We're going to play the C bass line 4 times. Then we go to the F bass line and do that twice. Back to the C bass line, do that twice. G bass line, do that once. F bass line once. C bass line twice. And then we'll end it on the C. So that's going to be our 13th bar again, our ending bar. All right. So now, let's do this. Let's go ahead and put the hands together. You remember the right hand, we were going 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, what we're doing is we're hitting both hands together and keep the right hand down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? So the right hand stays down while the left hand keeps the time. All right? Now, this is not the way that you originally heard me playing in the video. We're going to get there. So we're just doing it one step at a time. So here we go. Let's play this together all the way through our regular blues format. 1, 2, 3, play. And we're going to do this 4 times. We're going to go to the F chord and do that twice, or for 2 bars. Back to C for 2 bars. G for 1 bar, F for 1 bar, C for 2 bars, and then let's add in our ending bar. Okay, that's what it sounds like with the hands together. Let's do it one more time. You play with me. I'm not going to say anything this time. I'm just going to count it off. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so there you go, hands together. Now, in the next section, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what's called an inversion. So you'll notice in the at the beginning of the video when I played, I was still playing a C chord, but my notes were in a different order. So we'll learn that. We'll learn the rhythm that you heard me playing, and we'll put both hands together and do it. So it'll be fun. You will enjoy it. Okay, let me show you what I was playing for that C chord. What I was playing is called an inversion. This is the C chord here. Okay, this is called root position because the note that the chord is built on is at the bottom of the chord. All right. So what I did, I actually played an inversion. So I played these same three notes, but instead of having the C here at the bottom, I dropped it and I put it up here on the top. Okay, so we still have C, E, and G, but just in a different order. E, G, C. All right, that's called the first inversion. And that name you really don't need to remember right now, but just for informational purposes, it's called the first inversion. All right, I played that for the C chord. Everything else I played was the same. So the F chord was still there. G chord was still there. One of the things that's nice about an inversion is it makes it convenient because that top note C is right there, and then when I play the F chord, it's still right there. That hasn't changed. The only thing that's changed is the bottom two notes. Okay? So anyway, let me go ahead and play the blues through the same way that we just played it, but I'm going to use the first inversion of the C chord instead. Okay? So here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we go to F. Back to C. G. F. C. Okay, and I realized I took off and I played that kind of fast. So if that was too fast for you, I apologize. I'm going to do it a little bit slower. All right. So let's go ahead and take it one more time. And I counted off a little differently too. So I'm just going to count it off the way that I have been counting it for you. And we'll do it slower. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so there you have it. And you notice when you play the inversion, it changes the sound a little bit. So anytime you rearrange notes and chords, you get changes in the sound. So what I want to do now is let me show you the rhythm that you heard me playing. Let me play it at a slow tempo first. I'll just play it all the way through by myself. And then after I finish, I'll explain the rhythm to you. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's the rhythm I was playing. So here's what I was doing. The left hand is the exact same, all right? In the right hand, what I'm doing is when we hit the second note on the left hand, that's when I'm actually playing the chord, okay? And what I'm doing is I'm hitting the chord twice. Or no, actually I'm hitting once there, right? And then when I play the next note in the bass line, then I hit the chord twice. So it's like this. Once here, twice here. Okay? So do it with me really slowly, just that much. 1, 2, 3, 4. And here, twice here. Okay? After I do that, when I come back to the C, I hit at the same time. And I play the E. Then right after I play the E, I hit the chord and then the G. Okay, so that second time coming through is here, and hit the E in the left hand, then the right hand chord, and then that. All right, so the second time again is here, hit the left hand, right hand, then the left hand. So when I add those two together, it's like this. It's like 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And together here, left hand. Okay. Let me slow that down. 1, 2, 3, 4. And together here. We do it again. Okay. Now what you'll notice is that when I do that, it covers all 4 bars of the C chord and bass line. So let me show you what I mean. So that's 1 bar. Here's a second bar. Right? Then we do the same exact thing again. So here's a third bar. Then the 4th bar. Okay? And then when we go to the F chord, it's the same exact rhythm. So we're here. This is first, and together here. Twice. Then together. Okay? And when I go to the G chord, it's a little bit different because the G chord only has 1 bar. All right? So when I do the G chord, it's like this. Still the same rhythm here. Okay, and then we got to go to F. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that second part of the rhythm on F, which is this. Okay? So it's the same exact rhythm, just spread over those 2 bars. So let me do that again from G to F. So it's like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Together. Okay. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So let me play it all the way through. You can play it with me. I'll do it at a slower tempo. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. In the F. C. G. F. Then we hit the M there. 1 bar, we just hit it and hold it. Okay, so let me play it at the regular speed. And like I said, feel free, just work up to this here. If you can do it right away, then great. If you can't, that's fine too. It's just a goal, something you to work towards. So I'm going to count it, and I'm just going to play it. I'm going to count it the other way too, and I'll explain that a little bit later on, because right now we don't really need to know it. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so there you have it. Well, I hope you've been having fun and enjoying everything, and I hope you have learned a lot. In tomorrow's lesson, day number 3, we're going to learn some more about rhythms. I'm going to show you how to take what you learned today and completely change the style of music. So I'm going to show you how to take what you learned today and turn it into a rock and roll style and a popular music style. And then we're going to learn about the blues scale too. Now, if you are enjoying everything and you want to continue on, I invite you to check out my 4-week online course, and it's called How to Sound Good Learning Piano from the Start. And it's spread out over 4 weeks. It's available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, so that way you can study at your own time. And not only that, it's 30 videos that are spread over the weeks. Each video is shorter than this video because this is a long one. So it's shorter because you can easily find the topics that you want to concentrate on. You know, everything is labeled clearly, and that way you have easy reference. Thanks again for watching. See you tomorrow.